Good evening, folks. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the Sideline Showtime, the hardest-hitting segment in journalism this side of the Mississippi.
Here at the Sideline Showtime, we have the hottest takes and breaking news for you. My name is Mason Robinson, and I could not be more excited to work on our debut episode with my co-host, Jackson Parker.
There's a lot to get to this week, from the land of sports to the swamp of Washington, D.C. politics.
We start off with the biggest yet most disappointing news as Robert Mueller on Wednesday gave his presentation about the investigations of President Trump, eventually stating that, quote, charging the president was not an option, essentially stating that in the end, President Trump is neither guilty nor innocent.
Kawhi Leonard led the Toronto Raptors to their first ever NBA Finals appearance with their sixth Man of the Year, Drake, leaving a lasting impact on the series. From beefing with Bucks coach Mike Budenholzer to massaging Raptors coach Nick Nurse, Drake has proven to be a more effective team player than DeMar DeRozan ever was.
Reports are saying that the Washington Redskins are on the short list to be on this year's HBO Hard Knocks. HBO is apparently revealing the new ACL camera, which shows a streamlined footage of all the Redskins players' knees. But fans, don't get too excited, because the Redskins never fail to disappoint on primetime.
Second rush, they're exhausted chasing that guy around.
Kind of the perfect way for this game to end. The pick six, McNabb intercepted by Demetri Patterson, 40 yards for the touch. And
recently, NYC Mayor Bill de Blasio announced his run for presidency, making him the 23rd candidate in the Democratic field. He spoke with a group of 16 voters in Iowa, and that is nearly double the support he has in his own city.
The Democratic race is like a sad high school party that everyone keeps on inviting themselves to, but it doesn't matter in the end because the party's still going to be ruined by that obnoxious upperclassman with an Adderall addiction.
Say what you want about de Blasio's politics, but he has without a doubt distinguished himself as the top mullet candidate in the 2020 field.
The 2020 Democratic race is expanding more than President Trump's stomach after a hefty fish fillet and Diet Coke appetizer.
With most of the mainstream media focusing on the presidential election, Senate races have gone somewhat unnoticed, but not for long, folks.
Roy Moore is back.
Roy Moore drew national attention in the 2017 Alabama Senate race when he was accused of sexual misconduct towards minors and signing high school yearbooks.
He may be banned from playgrounds and elementary schools, but not the ballot box. Finally, a Republican candidate that works to attract young women voters.
In response to Moore's indication that he's going to run again, President Trump tweeted, quote, "I have nothing wrong with Roy Moore." It's not surprising that a guy like Trump would side with Moore, considering when he was talking about his daughter Ivanka, he said, "If she wasn't my daughter, I'd perhaps be dating her. That is, if Roy doesn't beat him to the kiss and ride."
With local politics, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan recently signed a bill to raise the smoking age to 21 and legalize medical marijuana edible products, causing the nicotine industry to invest unprecedented money in the baked goods market.
The Washington Wizards announced a private courtside pavilion for season ticket holders. The pavilion will feature celebrities such as rapper Wale and his longtime friend Wolf Blitzer.
Tyler, the Creator, and his album Igor recently got his first #1 spot on the Billboard charts this week, narrowly beating out DJ Khaled and his Ghost producers.
8 weeks into the Wizards GM search, and no Tim Connolly, there's been zero indication that Ted Leonsis has reached out to any other candidates. Rumor has it Scott Brooks and co. have grown unusually active on LinkedIn. Other reports indicate the GM search may have moved to Bumble.
With the Stanley Cup still in play, Boston is taking their chance at winning 3 major sports championships in 1 year. Well, fuck you, Boston. Mark Wahlberg's a shitty actor. Well, hey, y'all. Thanks for tuning in and watching the debut episode of
The Sideline Showtime. Make sure to check us out every week for the latest in sports and culture.
And remember, if you're not on the field,
You're on the sideline.